I'm Milma Villavicencio, and I'm from Abigail's Basket. I'd like to welcome you to our little kitchen here. Today, I'd like to share with you some tips, what I do to make tinola taste like it has fish, and yet without fish, of course, and without MSG. So, I have a pot of boiling water here. Okay? This is the healthiest tinola that I could ever think of. Believe me. So I have a pot of boiling water, and I'm going to first roast, turning on the pan to medium heat, and let me roast some garlic. Let me start with the garlic, a little garlic. It's finely chopped. And I like to separate it. I heard that garlic, if you mix garlic and onions, isagol gay nimo in a pan, mawala ang smell sa onions. So I like to separate them. If you mix them while roasting. So mawala ang smell sa onions. So when I start to smell the aromas coming out, then I'm going to transfer it to the pot of boiling water. By the way, this is a suggestion from one of my new friends to roast it. I usually put it on the boiling water, but this is a nice idea to roast it first so the smells will come out. And when it starts to become shiny and you start to smell the aromas coming out, and I'm going to transfer it here. A few more seconds, and this is on medium heat. Maintaining the right heat is very important, especially when roasting, because we're not using any oil. And if it's too hot, you'll burn the onions and the garlic before the aromas come out. And if it's not high enough, then the aromas won't come out and you'll just dry up everything. Okay? So I'm going to open my pot, put this in. There. Now I can turn this other one off and transfer this here. I don't need to roast the ginger. I'll put it in when this starts to really boil. When it's boiling mad, rolling boil, better yet. Now, I have to make it taste like fish. We have seaweeds, kelp. I pre-soaked this. Gihumulan nako for some time so it would be soft and it will cook faster. And then I have something else. This is a twist. I felt it would taste better. This is butong. It's very young. It's a soft part of the butong. Not too thick and not too thin butong. And then I have sayote. So let's check the pot. Oh, it's boiling really nicely. So I'm going to put the ginger. A lot of ginger. I like to put a lot of ginger. And some salt. Now, I don't do measurement, okay? So I go by like proportion. For this much, I'll probably need, the pot is up to here. So I'll probably need a tablespoon or 2 of salt. Okay? Not too much salt because the kelp itself is already salty. Okay? And then I like to put the kelp first so that it's going to cook until it's really soft. And I like to use my hands. So, give it a stir. Now this is going to make it taste like it has fish. Some vegans don't like the smell of fish anymore, so you can omit this. But for those who are still starting to leave off fish, so you can use this instead of fish to give your soup a fishy flavor. Now, yeah, this papaya is unripe papaya. It's also going to take a while to cook, so I'll put it first. Okay, there. Now, and then wait for it to boil some more and cook a little. It's already smelling good. Then I'll cover it and wait until it boils some more. Now, I have here the usual silly leaves, okay? We got this from the garden. And something that you haven't tried maybe, you may want to try. I got this from my garden. These are radish leaves. This kind of radish leaves, it's a different kind of radish leaves from what we usually grow here. I hope it will be available soon in many more places as we're planting more of it. And then I have, here, Thai basil. Or some can put sangig. Sangig it has this very nice flavor that really makes tinola taste good. So I don't have sangig, but I have Thai basil, and it's good. So these are some twists. Don't be afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to do things differently. After all, it's your kitchen, and it's vegan. Now, in the meantime, while waiting for that to keep boiling, I'd like to slice this longer. I'd like to make long slices and then cut the middle to let the flavors come out when I put it in the pot. I like to put everything in while it's really boiling so that the flavors will come out nicely. Okay, there, and then longer slices of this. So if you notice, this is a very green tinola. It's green onions, onion leaves, and 3 kinds of leaves here, and the green seaweeds, and the papaya, and the sayote. Now, sayote cooks faster, so I'm going to put it in later, much later than the papaya, along with the buko. It's hot. There, it's boiling now. And boiling nicely. Some like it very soft, the papaya very soft, but when you do that, you're going to lose more of the nutrients. So I like to keep it a little bit, a little firmer, but not too firm. So what you can do is try to prick it with a fork. If you get this crunchy sound while pressing down on it, it's not yet done. See, it's still hard. Yeah, papaya cooks longer, but that's okay. We can wait. Now, let me tell you more about the kelp. Kelp is very nutritious. It's very high in iron, and Koreans use this a lot, and they give it to mothers, nursing mothers, to help them produce more milk while nursing their babies, okay? So this is very good, very healthy, and you don't have, this kind of dish, you're not afraid of having like gout or painful joints from uric acid because there's no fish in it, but it has the flavor of fish. Now, back to the pot. Okay, I think I can put in the sayote now, and the butong. There, so that the flavors can all mix together. So you see, the pot was just up to this low with water, and when you put in everything else, the water level goes up, of course. So that's how you estimate. Now, I'm going to put this last, and I'm going to pound on it last. I mean, just before putting it in, so that the flavors can come out nicely, not prematurely. So my mother-in-law likes to pound this a very safe way. All she does is do this with a knife, and I've learned that from her. Very nicely. Now, it's about to put it in. Wow. It's starting to boil. I'll taste the salt again. By now, all of the salts have dissolved. So I want to make sure it's not too salty and it's not too bland either. This is good for the heart patients. Yeah. Let's let it boil some more. A little more. And then, when we put in the tanglad and everything else, we're going to mix it a little and turn off the heat, cover it, turn off the heat, and then serve it. Now, why don't I eat fish? Because since we learned that animal products don't go very well with the human body, fish is also very high. Also, is very high uric acid. Some people blame their arthritis on beans, on mongo, but actually, when they cook mongo, they put a lot of fish with it or bulad, and that's actually what causes the pains on the joints. Okay, unpolished rice is still has the fiber in it, and still has a lot of nutrients in it, and in contrast to white rice. By the way, I cook while waiting for the pot. Let's talk healthy tips. I cook my unpolished rice. It's usually harder to chew, right? So I cook it in this nice, trusty pressure cooker. This pressure cooker, I just put in any even black rice, brown rice that seems to be hard, and put a little more water than usual. And when it's done cooking, it tastes like it has some sticky rice in it. So it's more chewy. So actually you can try any pressure cooker. Cook the rice in a pressure cooker. It'd be much, much tastier. So I think this is boiling now. Yeah, boiling very nicely. Now, I can put in I'll do the radish first. Because this is a little bit biting. It has some bite in it. So it can cook a little longer. And then I'll put in the tanglad and the onion leaves. Mix a little so it's turning dark green and the tanglad flavor is coming out. Let it boil a little more until the tanglad flavor comes out really nicely. One more boil. And now we put this in. The celery leaves cook really fast, so don't need to cook it. And then the basil is going to give off that flavor, so I'm turning off the pot now. There. So this is tinola. It's so easy. All you need to do is remember to soak your seaweeds, pre-soak your kelp, and maybe 30 minutes before you cook, or even the night before. You can keep a bottle of pre-soaked seaweeds in your ref and have it ready for any time you want to cook tinola. Now, remember, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to play with your food. As long as it's healthy ingredients and it'll turn out okay. And don't forget to pray before you cook. Ask God for wisdom and make Him your partner. Remember, He wants you to always be safe and healthy and happy. Have a great day.
He's Coming Broadcasting Network.